Hello friends, I am here with my first session on Appeals to Appellate Authority section 107. जी हाँ दोस्तों, 107, the most relevant topic of GST and which is going to be very useful in the coming days. In this particular video, we will try to understand who are the person who are allowed to go to appeal, what is the time duration in which aggrieved party can go for appeal, what is the time period in which department can go for appeal, right? And what is the extension, that is condonation of delay, which is allowed, what is the time period in which the appeal should be concluded, and what the parties need to do if they are not satisfied with the order as passed by the appellate authority. Before we move on, let's understand what is adjudicating authority, because the order which are passed by the adjudicating authority and the aggrieved party by the order are supposed to go to appeal. So we need to first understand what is adjudicating authority, and the definition of adjudicating authority comes from section 2 subsection 4. That is, adjudicating authority means any authority appointed or authorized to pass any order under this act, that is CGST Act or the State Act or the UTGST Act, but does not include the revisional authority, the advance ruling authority, the appellate authority for advance ruling, and the national appellate authority, right? So this is the definition of adjudicating authority. If we are aggrieved by the order passed by the adjudicating authority, then we are supposed to move on to appeal to appellate authority, that is section 107. Now, what is appellate authority? Appellate authority is something which is defined in section 2 subsection 8. Yes friends, 2 subsection, it reads as appellate authority means an authority appointed or authorized to hear appeals as referred to in section 107. So what is there in section 107? We will quickly see to it. It refers to an authority whom a person aggrieved by a decision under the CGST Act, SGST Act, UTGST Act may appeal. An order passed by the appellate authority would be final and binding on all the parties. Does this mean that the aggrieved party by the decision of the appellate authority cannot move ahead for any appeals? He can further move on to appeal with the appellate tribunal, High Court, Supreme Court, so on, depending on the matter of the case, right? So we quickly start with section 107, the most interesting topic which is going to help you in times to come. Appeal to appellate authority. Now, the first and the foremost thing which comes to our mind when we think about appeal is, who is the person who is allowed to go for appeal, and what is the time duration within which he is allowed to apply or file appeal, right? So the answer is in section 107 bracket 1, in which it is said, an assessee aggrieved by any order or decision of the adjudicating authority passed by the adjudicating authority may prefer an appeal within a period of 3 months from the date of communication of the decision or order, right? I repeat friends, within a period of 3 months from the date of communication of decision or order, right? So what we need to understand is that for the time period for filing an appeal is 3 months. 3 months from the communication of the order. But what if you are unable to file the appeal within this 3 months because of some or the other reason, maybe because of some reasons which are unavoidable or which are relevant, right? In that case, section 107 subsection 4 comes into play, whereby it is written that an appellate authority, after considering the matter of delay can allow an extension of 1 month as condonation of delay. Yes friends, अगर आप 3 महीने में कोई कारण विशेष से अप्लाई नहीं कर पा रहे और अपीलेट अथॉरिटी को लगता है there are reasonable cause because of which you were not able to apply, then you will be allowed an extension of 1 month, that is condonation of delay of 1 month, right? So to understand the particular concept of this 3 months and additional 1 month, let us check out this example, right friends? So as you can see in this particular example, the communication of order was done on 1/4/2020, that is 1st April 2020, right? So when are we supposed to file this appeal, on or before? That is 30th June 2020, right? Because 3 months friends. But what if we fail to do that? Then if appellate authority find it fit, then he can allow us another 1 month as a condonation of delay. If we consider that 1 month, then in this particular case the last date to file the appeal is 31st July 2020, within which we need to apply for appeal. Is it clear friends? So this is basically section 107 subsection 1 and subsection 4, whereby we are trying to understand the time period and the person who are allowed to file appeal before the appellate authority. Moving ahead, now what if department wants to go for appeal before the appellate authority? Yes friends, department को भी तो जाना पड़ सकता है ना appellate authority के पास. If he is of the opinion, the department is of the opinion that any order which is passed by the adjudicating authority is not proper, or the order passed by the subordinate officer, or if the commissioner is of the view to satisfy himself about the legality or propriety of any order or decision, in that case department can move for appeal before the appellate authority within 6 months. 6 months friends, 6 months from the date of communication of the decision or the order. In this case also extension of 1 month, that is condonation of delay, is allowed with reasonable cause, and I don't see any reasons that reasonable cause need to be explained by the department to the department. So in any case they are having 7 months time for filing an appeal with the appellate authority, right? So the purpose for department to go for appeal is basically because they want to call for and examine the record. They want to call for and examine the record of any proceeding in which an adjudicating authority has passed any decision or order under this act. So this particular discussion is basically covered in section 107 subsection 2, which explains the time limit which is allowed to the department if they want to file an appeal with the appellate authority, that is 6 months. Also 1 month extension is also allowed to them as a condonation of delay if reasonable and valid reasons of delay is shown to the appellate authority. Now with an example, let us understand this concept of 6 months and 1 month, right? Like you can see in the example, the order was communicated or passed on 1/4/2020, that is 1st April 2020. So what is the time limit for the department to apply for appeal with the appellate authority? That is 6 months. So if we consider this 6 months, then last date for filing of appeal is 30th September 2020. But friends, 1 month extension, if they get 1 month extension, then revised date will be 31st October 2020. Hope with this example it is clear about the time limit in which the appeal needs to be filed by the department and the aggrieved party, and also the impact of the 1 month extension, that is condonation of delay in this particular case. So moving ahead, we need to see section 107 subsection 3, which talks about the authorized person. Yes friends, department will go to appeal before the appellate authority through an authorized officer who will be designated for the purpose of this case, and it will be deemed that he is the appellant, and it will be deemed that such authorized officer is appellant, and the provision of the act relating to appeal will be applicable to such application, right? Also, we need to understand the form and formats and the manner in which the appeal needs to be filed before the appellate authority, and this particular content is covered in section 107 subsection 5, also read with rule 108 of CGST rules 2017. We will discuss this particular form and manner in our next video, in which we will show you the demonstration of how to apply for appeals, right? Moving forward, now we need to understand, before filing an appeal, what are the criterias of payment that needs to be followed. So friends, if the amount which is in dispute for the particular case which is challenged, then we need to pay 10% of the entire amount before going to appeal. But if the amount involves some part which is undisputed, we need to pay 100% of the undisputed amount and 10% of the disputed amount before going to appeal. So to explain you this particular subsection of section 107, I will try to elaborate this example which is before you. See, in this particular case, total amount of demand is 10 lakh rupees, out of which 5 is undisputed. So what we need to do? We need to pay this particular 5 lakh rupees in full before filing appeal. And what is the amount of disputed? What is the disputed amount? That is 5 lakh. We need to pay 10% of this disputed amount, that is 50,000, before filing appeal. The entire undisputed amount and 10% of the disputed amount, that is 5,50,000, you need to pay and apply for appeal. This is covered in subsection 6 of section 107. Moving ahead, what the department will do once you pay this 10% and 100% of the undisputed amount? Will they continue the recovery process? No friends. As per section 107 subsection 7, on payment of the above amount, the recovery proceeding of the balance amount are deemed to be stayed by the department, So इस particular case में, after you have paid 5,50,000, for the remaining 4,50,000, the department is not going to continue with the recovery process. Fine friends. So this was basically what are the prerequisites for filing an appeal, right? But there are few more things to discuss in this particular section. First of all, we need to understand that now there is no more tariq pe tariq. Yes, there are maximum 3 adjournment which will be allowed if reasonable cause are being shown. That is, maximum 3 adjournment shall be granted to a party, in showing reasonable cause, that is to be in writing, that is to be recorded in writing. Maximum 3 adjournments. Now this is covered in subsection 8 of section 107. Moving ahead, what is the time limit in which the appellate authority needs to conclude this particular case, which is applied under section 107 subsection 1 or section 107 subsection 2. Now the time limit has been mentioned in subsection 13 of section 107, whereby it read as, appellate authority has to hear and decide the appeal wherever possible within a period of 1 year from the date of filing. But in case this particular case was stayed by the High Court or the tribunal, in that particular case the period of stay won't be counted in this 1 year. The period of stay won't be counted in this 1 year. I will make it simple with an example which will help you to understand. So in this example you can see date of filing of appeal. Date of filing of appeal is 1/4/2020, that is 1st April 2020. But a stay was imposed on this particular case by the High Court on the date 1/7/2020 to 30/9/2020. This particular 3 months won't be considered for the computation of 1 year, right? So in this case, now by what time this appeal should be concluded? It should be concluded within 1 year plus 3 months of stay, that is 30th June 2021. So apart from this, there is one last point that we need to discuss in this particular section 107, that is addition of any ground of appeal. However, addition of any ground of appeal we will discuss in next video. However, addition of any ground of appeal we will discuss in next video in very detail. But for the time being, let us take a look of what is mentioned in this particular section about addition of any ground of appeal. Appellate authority may allow any additional ground not specified in the grounds of appeal on being satisfied that omission was not willful or unreasonable. Omission was not willful or unreasonable. Any ground which is not mentioned during the filing of appeal may be considered by the appellate authority only if it is not willful and unreasonable. Last, subsection 11 of section 107, which talks about appellate authority has to pass the order confirming, modifying or annulling, confirming, modifying or annulling the decision or the order appealed against. But in no way this particular case will be referred back to the adjudicating authority. Confirming that the order passed by the adjudicating authority is perfect. Modifying the amount demanded in the particular order. It may be increased or may be reduced. If it is increased, an opportunity of being heard will be given to the aggrieved party. And annulling is dismissing the decision. So this is covered in subsection 11 of section 107. And opportunity of being heard to be granted in case of order for enhancing fees. In any case where fees will be enhanced or penalty will be imposed or fine will be added in lieu of confiscation of goods or reducing of amount of refund input of tax credit after issuing show cause notice. So opportunity of being heard will be. Thank you.